Welcome in. We're getting started. Let's go. Let's go. I see some familiar faces in the room. I see some familiar faces. I see y'all. What's up, everybody? Erica, good to see you. Javondre, good to see you. Let's see who else we got in the room. Leia, good to see you as well. Michelle, Morgan, Rashad. Who else we got in the room with us? Vernon. Good. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me and see me, y'all. Listen, we gotta get some energy. This is the final day. Final day, y'all. Final day. Listen, because it's the final day doesn't mean we bring Nas low energy on final day of the boot camp. We got to bring high energy. You guys made it. This is the final session. These are people that are serious and said, you know what, I'm making wholesaling a priority in my life. So shout out to you guys for being here. Who's been here all 3 days? Put a 3 in the chat if you've been here every single day so far. Put a 3 in the chat if you've been here every single day. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, Mario's been here every single day. Let's go. Let's go. Who else? Okay, I see a couple of y'all. So shout out to you guys. But listen, tonight, go ahead and get your cameras on. Shout out to Brian with the camera on. Shout out to Erica with the camera on. Go ahead and get those cameras on. Let's show up for Nas with high energy. Go ahead, and if you have a pen and paper, comment done below. And listen, I got one more question for y'all. Who did their assignment last night? Who went and actually started looking for the code violation list and started reaching? Just let me know. Put I did in the chat if you did your homework last night. Because listen, y'all, that alone, those plays that they gave yesterday, they were dropping gems. Mark said I did. Okay. Erica said I did. Tamika says me. Okay. T says I did. Okay. Let's go, y'all. So listen, today, this is the last day. We do have a little bit more training. We're going to show you how to find cash buyers. So far we taught you what wholesaling is. We showed you how to find deals. Now we're going to show you how to actually go out there and find cash buyers to assign your deals to so that you can make that money, right? We're talking about, I've made personally myself $5,000, $10,000 just wholesaling. Nas has had way bigger checks than me because this dude knows what he's doing. But we're going to show you how to actually find the cash buyer so you can get these checks, okay? So listen, tonight, this is what I want you to do, though. At the very end, we are going to talk about lifetime coaching. So if you're like, yo, I really would love to continue getting information after these 3 days, that's what we're going to be talking about at the very end, how to get lifetime coaching with Nas, where we'll give you the Q&A, we'll give you the curriculum, everything you need. If you already know you're going to be in lifetime coaching, just put a yes in the chat, y'all. Listen, what we're going to show you tonight at the very end, people charge thousands for, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, I promise. We're not going to be charging you $10, $20, $30,000. We got something that's almost accessible for everybody. So be here to the very end. But Nas, man, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to you. Let's go ahead and get this started, brother. And they are ready for day number 3. Let's get it.
All right, there we go. All right, guys. 35 people on so far. Thank you for coming on and being on time. All right, so let's see what we have here. All right, thank you for everybody who did the homework. All right, so listen, guys, let me show you this. If you were here yesterday, drop a number 1 if you were here yesterday. Drop a 1 if you were here yesterday. Thank you. Great. All right. So you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so you should be looking at my screen, and this is in the Facebook group, the free Facebook group you're supposed to be in. This is the check I told you I was going to the deal I was going to close. I made 10 property in my neighborhood. It was a referral, and basically I found the buyer. I made 10K selling it to the buyer. All right. And that's the check. I wanted to show you that because as you guys know, I'm not a guru, I'm a guru because I actually do this business, right? Like, so these are the type of checks you can get in this business. All right. These are the type of checks you can get in this business. Um, so let's do a recap, right? What have we learned so far? All right, let's do a recap. Oh yeah, guys, I think I was telling you I had to get up early in the morning to go to the city. Fortunately, it was 40 minutes away, and we did the sheriff lockout. It was easy, it was simple, not too complex, thankfully. Um, so we did the sheriff lockout, changed the locks on it, and uh I'm planning to get power on to the property tomorrow. And once I get power on, I'm gonna get it cleaned up. I gotta get some things dumped out of there. Once I do that, once I do that, cleaned up, we're gonna try to sell it. I, so the seller who sued me, and he sued me because I bought the house. This is not a wholesale deal, so don't let that scare you. But I purchased the house, and from the seller who sued me, he said, after we did the sheriff lock, I figured that he would want the rest of his money because we owe him $200,000. And on the house, we gave him 75,000 down, owe him 200,000. So I said, "Hey man, are you ready for your $200,000?" He said, "You goddamn right I'm ready for it." I said, "Well, great." Um, I said, "LOL." I said, "LOL, my man." And he said, "Man, you think this funny?" I said, "Oh no, it's not funny. But listen, we want to get your money to you in August, but I need for you, the person you have filed the lawsuit, they have to remove it. If not, we gotta wait till September because the lawsuit's gonna get thrown out." So he was like, "All right, I'm gonna talk to her," and that was that. And so he's motivated now because he's homeless, has nowhere to go, and he could have been had his money. And so, with that being said, and he owed us $4,200 in rent that the judge awarded to us because the judge was tired of his shenanigans. So he owed us money for that. Um, I don't know what's going on with his we gave him 75,000. I don't know what he did with it. But anyway, that was some good news today. So let's do a recap. Day one, mindset. Yesterday was find motivated sellers. Find them like we're not looking for people who want to sell. We're looking for people who need to sell. Not want, need to sell. Motivated sellers. We get that property under contract and then we sell that contract for a fee. So the property that you guys are looking at, I'm sorry, the check you were looking at, I got the property for 150. I sold it for 160. You see the check was 10K even because I got it for 150. I sold it for 10K. All right. What that person is going to do with it, I'm not sure. I believe he said he was going to do and knock down walls and do an extension. That's on him. All right. So, um, the seller got their money. The situation was because remember, we don't want people who want to sell, we need people who need to sell. They inherited the property, and the person who inherited the property, they let the other heir, another heir stay there. Stay at the property. And the agreement was, hey, listen, you can stay at the property for free, just pay the taxes. And what did that person do? They didn't pay the taxes. So then the person had to go to court, get it removed. They left, and they were selling it, and they were getting threatened for a tax foreclosure and everything because they have a hot piece of real estate in a hot neighborhood. So but that was wholesaling. Yesterday, if you did the homework, you were supposed to find out if your city has code enforcement. All right, if your city has code enforcement or tax delinquent, some of you, the ones I've seen posted, said they have it. Now, then I had a somebody come over there and show Connected Investors, aka durulease.com. You get a 7-day free trial, how to use the system, how to count properties. All right. He went over how to count properties and all of that jazz. Okay. Um, yesterday. So we have that. Now what we're going to do is how we're going to go in deeper how to find buyers and fill out a contract. Okay. So let's do it. Let me just share my screen. All right. So what I'm going to do. My connected investors. If you would like a 7-day free trial, all you have to do is go to duruleads.com. What I am going to do is I am going to go to um 1 second. Oops. Buyer search. I go to find deals, click the arrow, buyer search. Now, I don't want buyers in the city. I want buyers in a particular zip code. Okay. So, all right. So listen, let's say somebody is Michael, my partner Michael, who's on, he's in Kentucky. Let's say that he has a really good deal. The deal's worth 300,000, $350,000. He's like, man, I got it for 50. I'll sell it to you for 100,000. It needs about 40,000 in work and is worth 350,000, whatever I said. I'm not going to buy that property because I'm not a cash buyer in Kentucky. I'm a cash buyer within Charlotte, North Carolina. All right. Let's say you have a home run deal in Atlanta. It's a great deal. I'm not a cash buyer in Atlanta. I'm a cash buyer in Charlotte. All right. Let's say that I have a great home run deal and somebody's located in Atlanta. Well, they're a cash buyer in Atlanta, not Charlotte. So what I like to do with my buyer search, right? For this, I put in the zip code. And in this particular zip code, I got 33 cash buyers. I need one person to say yes. This person current holdings is like $2 million, but I just need one person to say yes. So what I can do, let's say I clicked on this, um, clicked on contact info. This guy, he buys properties in his personal name, so I can skip trace him and call him. If I would choose to skip trace him and call him and say, hey, I got this property at 123 Main Street. Will you be open to purchasing it? All right. I can do that. Another guy, right? He had this looks like a personal name. I can go to contact info, skip trace. Okay. So that's how I would do that. The reason being, I want buyers in the area of that property. You got people who will buy in the outskirts of Charlotte but won't buy inside Charlotte. You got people who will buy inside Charlotte but won't buy in the outskirts. So my I don't know when the last time I bought a Charlotte property wholesale. Yes. Purchase, I'm not sure because of the prices here are crazy. So I've been buying on the outskirts. All right. And when people do bring me a good deal in Charlotte, I'm like, yo, nah, because I got to renovate and flip it for it to make sense. And I'm not doing any flips right now. I just want to do, I said, yo, what I want to do is I want to, buy rental properties that cash flow. If I buy a property for 250,000 and it rents for 2,000, I can't cash flow it. I got to flip it. So you want to find cash buyers within that area. Okay. So let's look at another way. All right. If you see something crazy on my Facebook, keep it to yourself. My Facebook can get a little wild. I ain't gonna hold you. All right. So listen, guys, let's say you're in Georgia. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go to Georgia real estate investors, right? And then I will look for groups. You could just go down here to groups. All right, this is specifically on Atlanta. If you're in that area, then yes, you can join that. This is Georgia off market, right? If you got it all throughout Georgia, etc., you can do it there. Let me see if they'll let me look in the group. All right. Foreclosed and under contract. Price 380, 540. Contact me. All right. Nobody's interested in that one, obviously. Condo for sale, 18K or best offer. I don't think I would buy that. That's falling apart, so nobody's interested in that. And you can post your deals in these particular groups. I bought houses in these groups. I've sold houses in these groups. Okay. Bought and sold. So let's go to some that I am in. Oops. All right. Off market and maiden. Hey, can you send me details and when can I view? All right. Somebody like, in the groups I'm in, their activities. Some groups are better than others. All right. So two vacant lots for damn in Charlotte. Wow. Let me see the price on this. I might need to buy this. Oh, that's why asking 230 for both. Nah, you can keep those. That's why I ain't got no activity on it. Cause Charlotte stuff be in this group. Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, they stuff go quick. But yes, so vacant lot, Rock Hill. Is there HOA? There, people will comment that they're interested. You can inbox them and do whatever you need. So that's one group, right? If you are in a major city, then you could probably put your city. Like I can put, I can put Charlotte, real estate. All right. So yeah, this the vacant lots that are probably no good. All right, this is flips. And he's basically saying he's buying. So you will post your deals in here. Um, he does a lot of wholesale deals in this particular. I'm gonna look at his stuff. All right, new construction opportunity, Shelby. And then what do you have? I PM'd you and somebody tagged somebody else. Okay. So these groups do work. I bought in these groups, I've sold in these groups. Okay. So they do work. Now, what is another way? All right. Another way is listing on marketplace. All right. So let's this house, $2,000. Charlotte. Is this for rent? Oh, it's a month. It's for rent. Okay, but you can look for you see they just got a column buying. I go to marketplace and I can look for. And of course, you're going to see some retail deals. You're going to see some stuff like this. Um, uh, th- this is one of those buy one, get one free finance. I'm sorry, like a owner finance type situation. I know that particular person, she wholesales and buy rentals. But you can list your houses on these, right? List them on off market, flip, or rental. All right. So that's another way, okay, to get some flow on these. 140 ain't bad though, but similar comps are selling into the mid 200s. I don't know the pictures, but it seems like Charlotte House is at least gonna need 50K. Um, I would rather spend my money on the outskirts. Oh, I know her too. She's a wholesaler. But yes, that's how you would do that, right? So these are three different ways to find buyers. Three different ways to find buyers. Okay. So let's get to once you find the buyer, right? What do you do next? Okay. Let's talk about it. So let me pull that up. Post on that. You stay to the end of the call. I'm gonna give you the contracts and assignments do you need. Um, 1 second.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Uh-uh. All right, so cool. All right, so this is a contract. You will get the contract in Word. All right. So I'm going to fill it out. I'm going to give you this contract, guys. So I'm going to fill it out first. And you can have a copy of this, but I'm going to fill it out. Right. So listen, this is going to be in Word. So if you want to change the state, you can change the state. All right. It's totally fine. All right. State of North Carolina, county of what? Mecklenburg. Because I'm in Mecklenburg County. Now, we're going to say Jane and John Doe are the sellers, and they're going to convey to my entity. I'm going to make up an entity here. Buy back the block LLC. All right. Now, this is extremely important. You want to make sure your contract has in or assigns. This is what allow you to assign the property. This is what allows you to assign the property. It has to have this and or assigns. Realtor contracts cannot be assigned. Realtor contracts cannot be assigned. All right, so they cannot be assigned. All right, so realtor contracts cannot be assigned. Now, the land address 123 Main Street, Charlotte, NC 28212. For this example, I'm not going to put the parcel ID number. Um, um, I'm not going to put the parcel ID number. The reason why I'm not going to put the parcel ID number for this. Now, if you deal with land that doesn't have an address, then of course you would put the parcel ID number in the street. All right. Purchase price. I'm getting this for $150,000. All right. Now, attorney to hold $500. So we're gonna do 149, 149,000 500. Because you're probably gonna have to type this in, attorney to hold $500. Now, I know I said no money. We're not gonna really give it to the attorney. The buyer's gonna give it to him, but we're gonna write that on the contract. All right. Now we'll scroll down. We're gonna scroll down to number 9. All right. Oh, now, oh yeah, here. Now let me go. No, let's go to number 7. What I do for number 7, if I can't sell a house in 30 days, chances are it's not going to sell. All right. Especially if I'm in a major city. If I'm 2, 3 hours away from Charlotte in the country, then yeah, it might take longer. But this is normally going to be 30 days. Oops. I gotta type that out. 30, all right. Now, most people are going to say with number 9, but what if I can't sell the property? What if I can't sell the property? What do I do? This is what you're going to do. Today is the 30th. I got 30 days in this contract. I'm going to give myself to September 1st. to get out this contract. So if I can't sell this property in 30 days, I have I can legally and ethically get out of it because I'm still in my inspection period. I'm still in my inspection period. Okay. Now, what some wholesalers do, they they shop the property around, not taking feedback. People will tell them it's too high, and they can't sell the house, and they waste the seller's time. Whereas, again, if I can't sell a property in 30 days in Charlotte or the surrounding areas, that tells me that it's not going to sell, and I took it too high. So I would like to ask for buyers to give me feedback and such. Purchaser, that would be me. Seller, that would be the seller. Okay. That's how you would fill that out for the most part. Now, let's do the assignment. The assignment is when you find the buyer. Oh, Leah said, has it ever been a time you contact a buyer and skipped over you to the seller? So a buyer goes behind your back. Unfortunately, that does happen. You are protected by a contract, but always remember a contract is only as good as it sells. That does happen. Sometimes I still close the deal. It's still closed. I still got my money. Sometimes, very few times it disappeared. Please do not worry about that or focus on it. That is a part of the business. It does happen. All right. Sometimes you think it happened, it didn't happen. The seller just went ghost. All right. That does happen, but that's not going to be the majority of your business. Okay. And if you get the buyer's name, they tell you the buyer's name, then don't do any more business with them. All right, assignment of contract. Now, my LLC, buy back the block LLC is going to assign this to let's say 123 main buyers. The property address was 123 Main Street. Oh, the contract was dated, today's the 30th, so we're gonna put what the real original contract was Jane and John Doe and buy back the block and dated 7/31. All right, I'm doing 160,000 because remember, on my contract, I got the property for 150 and we agreed on 160,000. A non-refundable earnest money deposit. All right, so guys, keep this in mind. You have to get a deposit from the buyer. When you do not get a deposit from the buyer ends up disappeared, their phone breaks, their mom dies, they had to do an emergency trip out of town. All that happens when you do not get a deposit from the buyer. So, from your cash buyer, if he wants to go under contract, you say, "Hey, listen, I need you to get 2,500 in to the attorney's office or title company. It could be attorney, it could be 1,000, it could be 3,000, 5,000." When when I was early on in my career, the deals that people walked away from, they had no money in it. They had no money in it. All right. All right. So this one we're gonna do 2,500. The closing will be, I give my buyers 10 days, so I'm gonna give them 8, 10. And I'm gonna say Sperry Law Firm. That's who I close with today. This contract is non-signable without written permission from, that's my entity. All right. Assigner. Assigner, you're giving something. Assignee, they're receiving. So you assign here, the buyer signs there and date it. You send that to the attorney's office. All right. You will send that to the attorney's office. And these are both documents. One second, guys. These are both documents. Now, I'm gonna go back to show you guys something. We are back in the room. Now, this particular check, right? It was supposed to be quick. We had some title issues that we had to resolve. But the seller that I was dealing with is extremely responsible. So I knew I could trust him. So they were very responsible. They knew who their family members was and the family tree, etc. And we were able to get through that portion of the game, of the estate, and then we closed it. Now, this took me probably about 3 weeks to find a buyer on this. We had one buyer lined up, but he realized with building a duplex on his lot, the way the lot is shaped, the parking would be difficult. So he 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 was like, nah, I'm not doing it. And we found the buyer last minute and they closed yesterday. Okay. Yesterday they closed. Keep that in mind. All right, so that's how but that's the realness of this business, right? Like I'm telling you guys, you can make 10 to $15,000 in one deal, and you see the date on that deal, the 29th. That's when the deal recorded. And I picked up my check today for that amount. All right. Now, my highest paying job was 38K a year. So what if I did this 6 times a year? I made more than my last job with just 6 times a year. What if I had a job and did this 6 times a year? I'm really heading in the right direction at that point. So, with that being said, these are the opportunities and the things that you can do with wholesaling houses. Okay. This can literally transform your life. Literally. Now, does anybody have any question? I want y'all to type in some questions for a few minutes. Let's type in some question. Do both contracts go to the loan company? All right. No loan company is being involved. You are sending it to your cash buyer. We deal with cash buyers. The majority of houses we deal with would not qualify for a loan. The majority of houses that we deal with will not qualify for a loan. All right. That house I wholesaled today, that would not qualify for a loan. That would have not qualified for a loan. So being that we have to deal with investors, okay? And with investors, we deal with something called hard money loans, right? We deal with cash or hard money loans. A hard money loan is high interest, expensive money. Can cost anywhere between 10 and 22%, just whatever you want to charge for it. And these are what some people use to flip properties. Like I got a new construction house going on. I'm using hard money to, get it up and out the ground. Somebody said, do these transactions have to be deposited into my business account or personal? If it's in your personal name, you can do it in your personal account. If it's in your business name, obviously you have to have a business account. Okay. And you do taxes at the end of the year. Damn, Stephanie, thank you. That's a good question. All right. Let's go to Google. What what states are attorney states for real estate? If you are not in any of these states, if you're not in any of these states, what that means is you do title companies. How do you find a title company to do your closing? You can Google title companies that works with investor. And then you want to call them and say, hey, do you do assignments? Assignments is what we do when we're wholesaling. Hey, do you do double closings? A double closing, if you're making more than 20K, yeah, I would recommend a double closing. But that's how you would do that. You can just Google that and you can find that information. If you go into the Facebook group of your state or your city and say, "Hey, what's a good title company that does assignments or double closings?" People will gladly tell you. No, you don't have to do appraisals. Remember, you comp your own properties. You comp your own properties. You don't need inspections. I've wholesale mobile homes if it has the land included. Some mobile homes they pay lot rent. When they own the property, that's when I step in and I wholesale it. Can you wholesale a mobile home? Yes, you can, but I don't do that. Can you do a role play conversation between you and the buyer? That's a good question. Yes. All right, Alberta. Hello. Am I speaking to Mr. Seller? Who's this? Hey, this is Nasser from Buy Back the Block LLC. We seen you own this property at 123 Main Street. I wanted to see if you were open to selling it. All right. Sometimes you're gonna get cursed out. Sometimes you're gonna get hung up on. Sometimes people are gonna say like, "Yo, what do you offer?" What if we can do $50,000, right? No way we can't do no $50,000, you know? And I have full out scripts in my course if anybody's interested in that, with lifetime access to the coach, if anybody's interested. But that's how that would go, right? So, but normally in the realistic world, I would probably say, if you say how much you gonna give it to me, before we get in the price, let me ask you a few questions. You know, um, if you had $30,000 to fix up this house, what would you fix up? Well, I'll do the kitchen, I'll do the bathrooms, get a new roof, etc. So that kind of tells me the condition the property is in. And from that telling me the condition the property is in at that particular point, I can play with the numbers in the back and let them know, give them a ballpark figure where I need to be at, and then we will go from there. As far as with the buyer, that's easy. Hey, Mr. Buyer, I got this property at 123 Main Street. I'm selling it for 170,000. Uh, would you like me to text this to you? Would you like me to email it? Let me know if you're interested. And that's the buyer conversations are extremely simple. What lender do you use? Hold on. Oh, let me put the link in my, hold on guys, let me get the link. You must have done at least one new construction to deal with them. The link is in there. My old buyer's agent from my purchase asked, how could I do this without a real estate license being part of a brokerage? She didn't understand how I could do this without an RE license. Right now, the only state you need a real estate license is Illinois, as of right now. Illinois, and Illinois allow you to do one deal. Once after you do one wholesale deals, after you do one, then at that particular point, you have to get licensed. Now, I'm going to say this. Most agents do not know what wholesaling is. Most agents do not know what this is. Everybody's not doing contrary to what you see on the internet. If everybody was doing it, everybody would have money in their pocket, which we know is a myth. Most agents do not know what wholesaling a house is. I'm going to repeat that. As a real estate agent, you are trained for a job. You sell houses, okay? You either show houses or you show buyers houses, okay? That is your job, and you are in a sales position. All right. I'm not downplaying it, but that's different from wholesaling. Well, wholesaling, like I on a $30,000 house, I might walk away with 10K. On a $30,000 house, um, your real estate agent at 3% will get $900. Okay, we'll get $900, and here it is. I'm getting 10K off that. All right. So, do you think the realtors feel good? Absolutely not. But um, with realtors, most realtors don't know about wholesaling. So, explain this to a realtor, might as well be talking Chinese. There will be a recording. I wouldn't recommend giving sellers earnest money. I wouldn't recommend that. Boys, sellers will take your money and disappear. I'm telling you. So I wouldn't recommend that. That's correct, Mark. You could just do it yourself. I tell people that all the time. I'm not going to email. I'm gonna put the links in here. Shanaria. I believe that's how you say it. I'm gonna put them in here. 1 second. Candace, can you let me unmute you? I unmute you. Candace, can you talk?
Yep, what's good?
All right, hey guys, listen. This is Candace. Candace, a former student of mine, right? Candace, while I'm getting the contracts up, Candace is going to talk to you about what was it like working with me, and fast forward to what has real estate did for her. Now, Candace, average person, worked in your last job was in human resource, right?
Selling insurance.
Selling insurance, yes, selling insurance. Now, and you got laid off. You said, "Yo, you came to me. You got serious, and I'm gonna let you take it from there."
What's good, y'all? Like he said, my name is Candace. I took the Northstars course a few years back. I was working 9 to 5. We got laid off. I always wanted to be in real estate. Ran across Northstars course because he's the guru, not the guru, because he actually do this business. So before I took the course, I got laid off. Was like, I want to get in real estate, and what you're gonna learn quickly is there's a lot of people out here that's faking it that don't really do this. So got into the course. I really didn't have any strategy before I learned about the course. But got into the course, learned about the strategies. What I loved about the course was it gives you step-by-step systems. Like you don't need to deviate from what he's telling you to do. Do exactly what he say do. I know it's gonna sound real simple, but you want it to sound simple so that you can follow the steps and be successful. Not only does the course provide like step-by-step systems, it also gives you scripts. A lot of times you get on the phone and you start don't know what to say, start fumbling over your words. Just he give you the scripts. Just follow the scripts. That's all I did. Follow the scripts. And it helped me level up my negotiating skills. Negotiations is nothing but scripts. So you learn the scripts, you learn how to come back from the rebuttals from sellers of saying like, oh, I'm not ready to sign, I'm not ready to sell. He gives you all the scripts on what to say next. Whenever you get stuck on something, you have all the tools there to help you analyze a deal. So if a seller trying to give you an outrageous number, you have all the tools right there to help you analyze the deal to see if it's even a good deal for you to even put under contract. So once you get the seller under contract, so you don't follow the steps, you don't practice your scripts, you got the seller on the hook. Now it's time for you to get your contract. You don't know where the contract's at. You don't got to worry about that because guess what? He gonna give you the contracts. So it's literally everything is right there for you. Um, each module came with examples, so real life examples. You get to hear real life phone calls. I know that was helpful for me. Just reading something all the time and trying to figure out like, oh, am I doing this right? Hearing somebody actually do it, like on a recorded call or something like that, was very beneficial for me. Um, Also, anytime I had a question or if I got stuck, Nasser was also available to help answer the questions for me. I never felt like I was just out there by myself. If he didn't help me, then somebody else in the group helped me. So that was always beneficial. So since I did that, I was able to lock up two deals, made $25,000 in less than 6 months. And all I did was follow his strategies. One of the cheapest strategies that he teaches is driving for dollars. And that's what I did. Sent out some mailers, skip trace, and boom, got some sales just like that, just following exactly what he told me to do. A lot of times I feel like people are unsuccessful with this because they try to deviate from what you've been told to do because they think it don't work, but the strategies actually do work and he give you step by step and he give you the playbook on how to hook the seller and make that money. So so yeah, that's pretty much it. But now I'm a realtor at by trade. So being able to be connected with Nasser and connected with his strategies helped me become more successful in real estate. So now, I'm closing 5, 6 deals a month as a realtor, which translates the same as like a wholesale deal. Real estate is real estate, but because of Nasser's course, I've been able to be super successful. Also, it's teaching me how to find off-market deals for clients. So that's a big thing that you're gonna need to be successful is finding off-market deals because the deals that you see on like Zillow or something like that, those are not deals that you need to be trying to lock up. You need to try to lock up deals that's off market to be successful in wholesaling. And I feel like to be successful in real estate in general, especially in this market that we're in right now, it's a crazy market. So finding those off market deals is going to be key. And like I said, don't deviate from what he tells you to do. Do exactly what he tells you to do. I'm not just saying this. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my story, my
Right.
testimony.
Yeah. So no, Candace, I wanted them to hear from a real person. So they can see that this is real and that, they can get your testimony, somebody that's in the market doing real estate in today's market, not selling Amazon stores or e-com stores or whatever people switch
No, we
around.
ain't, we
Yeah,
ain't doing
she's right,
that.
just doing real estate. All right. So, all right, so yeah, Candace, thank you for coming on. That's what we needed to hear. I appreciate you coming on.
All right, no problem.
All right,
Peace.
bye. All right, let me get myself back on the screen. 1 second. Okay. All right. Now somebody said, how much would you expect to make off a wholesale? How find the K? How much is it? It all goes by the equity. As long as there's enough equity in there, okay? It's like I'm selling this deal that's worth 200, about 180,000 fixed up, okay? 180K fixed up. I was trying to sell it for, I had under contract for 55,000. I was going to sell it for 69K because it needed a bunch of work. With me, I want to get rid of these deals as soon as possible. I don't want to hold on to these deals. If I don't, trying to take all the meat off the bone, doesn't leave the buyer with much, you wasting everybody's time. So with me, I threw it out there for 69K. I got it for 55. It's in foreclosure. Well, of course, this property not in Charlotte, or near Charlotte, like 3 hours away. All right, so yeah, you ain't getting these prices in Charlotte. So with that being said, I'm under contract for like 81,000. It's like $81,000 I'm under contract for, bro. As crazy as that may sound, right? And I'm making like 20K plus on the deal. So that buyer, he knew what I was selling it for, but he seen other people looking at it and he came in strong. All right. So it all depends on how much equity you got in the deal. He knew the deal is worth 180 to 200 fixed up. So he shot a shot. Earnest money is a deposit from the buyer during the purchase to let the seller know you're serious about. That's correct. But the buyer doesn't. When the property is listed with a real estate brokerage, the seller is represented by the listing broker. When the property is marketed through a wholesale, there's no representation involved. For the first case, a license is required to do wholesale in almost all U.S. states. That's correct. In almost all U.S. states, there's no license required for wholesaling. All right. All right, this is a good deal. All right, let's break that down. So you got the house is worth $500,000. Let's say that the house is the seller owe 120. All right, but the seller's like he wants 400K. That's what he wants. All right, it's probably not going to be a good deal for your buyer because your buyer got to fix it up and sell it and make money. Now, if the seller says, "Hey, just give me 200K and I'm gonna go my way," then that's going to be a good deal for you and the buyer. Because what you're gonna know is with these higher price points, sometimes those houses need 100K, $150,000 in those houses. So it all depends on the equity. What a buyer owes on the property is none of your business. And what I mean by that is, let's say, like, a buyer owes $10,000, right? But they want the house is worth 700,000, they worth 300K. Do I say no? You owe 10K. So therefore, just take 10K and let me know. 300. If the numbers work, the numbers work. All right. Mark, we did that yesterday with the connected investors, but in my course is step by step how to access that. It's a 70% rule. So I'm not one of those in my course people. So let me break this down with a calculator. All right. I'm gonna do it with a calculator, show you how you do it manually, just in case, bro. Uh all right, let's say a house is worth 280,000 fixed up times 0.7 equals 196,000. That's the most a buyer wants to be all in. That means buying it and fixing it up. So let's say it needs 30,000 worth of repairs. And we're gonna guesstimate how the repair is done. I have that in my course. 30,000. All right. Minus. I want you to negotiate at minimum $10,000 out your deal. I want you to make $10,000 on your deals. The most you can offer on that property is $156,000. And you can sell us for 166 for this to work. So I'm not going to starve at 156. I'm going to starve at probably 145 and then end up at 150. And then for 150, then I'm gonna shoot out there for 166 and see what sticks. And if somebody comes back at 165, I made 15K, I'm happy. So remember, that was ARV, after repair value, times 0.7, okay? Minus repairs, minus your wholesale fee. This answer is your maximum allowable offer. Maximum allowable offer. Because your investor wants to be 70% to 75% all in. In major cities, you're going to notice that investors are okay with being 75% all in. Now, I want y'all to look at this. One of my students, he made 38K on one deal. 38K on one deal, all right? That's life-changing money, all right? Making 38K on one deal. Our average salary in America is $59,000 a year, so please keep that in mind. All right, 1 second. Okay, 1 second, man. All right, I've been following you and Max for years, bro. Your teachers got me my first deal. You know what I mean? This is real people. This guy, he got two deals. One of my students. How much you made from the two deals this month? $17,000. Okay. Oh, this is one me and the guy JV doing. All right, 1 second. All right, so this person got two vacant. All right, this guy, he got a $10,000 check. He was in my course for like 2 months, and in 2 months, he got like, he started making enough money. Whereas, he just went and started doing his own thing. But he took action. That's the most important thing. What you have to do is take action, right? All right. Now, some people don't even. Some people just follow my IG. Some of this information that I'm giving y'all maybe can take it and run with it. Look, this guy, hey, was simply inspired by your IG. I closed my first deal today and made 40K. All right. 40K of his first deal. This is real. Just from my IG. Okay. All right. Picked up my first $20,000 plus assignment from it. All right. This is regular people that's making great income. Okay. Regular people. This is my man Avery. Let me see how much is that? That looks like 5,500. Yeah, $6,500 on the deal. All right. This is Ali. Ali made 15K. This is the private Facebook group. He did a deal, a 60K profit deal. Remember, average salary is 59,000 a year. He made 60K on one deal. I remember that. I was like, damn, Maul, you really did it. You know? He found my YouTube in 2013, and he's just been full-time ever since. So yeah, man. So listen, this stuff works, man. And this stuff works, right? I can show you these all day. Oh, let me see the questions. I can show you these all damn day, right? Like all these testimonies, this stuff works. People get deals. The people that work the program work. Like y'all got the information now, right? Y'all got the information now. So 1 second, let me show you this, guys. Wow. Y'all got the information. And it's all about you taking action. Okay. Mike Tucker, you there?
Yes, sir. I am.
All right, 1 second. Check your text for a second, sir. Now, listen. We spent 3 days together. We went over the basics of wholesaling. All right. yes, there's more to it. I have advanced scripts. I have advanced softwares I'm using. I got other softwares that can drive for dollars. I got softwares that can help you comp, get phone numbers, etc. So I have all this information. I have all this information for you guys, right? Now, some of you are going to take this, and run the play, right? And some of you are like, hey, listen, I think I might need some more coaching. All right. So listen, what I got for you, if you interested in lifetime coaching, no pressure. We got the replays up. They're gonna stay up for a limited amount of time. You can take those and run with it. All right. But for those who want more coaching, you can join my community. It is $497. All right. It's $497. You can do a one-time payment. You get weekly calls. All right. They're Wednesday at 8 p.m. and 1 week, and then the following week is like Saturday at 11 a.m. Right now, we have a call Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All calls are Eastern Standard Time. You're gonna give in the weekly calls. You get lifetime access. What that means is, like, I just update the course. So when I update the course, you get it because you're lifetime access. All right. Um, Now, I've been doing this full time since September of 2012. Now, we do have payment plans. We definitely have payment plans. These are some receipts. One of my students, he has 17K. I remember he telling me, like, yo, bro, I ain't never had this amount of money. So, what you're going to get is your 8 weeks wholesaling the 8 weeks course. My goal is to get you started in wholesaling 8 weeks. All right. You're going to get I say they're bi-weekly, but you'll get weekly calls. Okay, you get weekly calls. You'll get my ebook. All right, you're gonna get a wholesaling calculator in the program. You're gonna get the my 10 steps to wholesale. I'm gonna give you a virtual wholesaling class, meaning that this class is based on you doing this business any and everywhere. You doing this business any and everywhere, any market you pick. I'm gonna show you how to do research. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna show you how to do research on your market. Okay, it's in the course. I'm gonna give you buying homes with the NACA loan if you want to buy your personal residence. All right, I'm gonna give you all that. I'm gonna give you a business credit on demand training. Now, listen, guys. You will have me as support. Some of my students will tell you that if they got a deal and they reach out to me, and I'm running around and I'm not too busy, give them my personal number, say text me, hop on the call. We gonna get down to the bottom of this. All right, what's going on? That's after you talk to a seller, you got a deal, and you're like, hey, I got this. I'm getting this under contract. They asked me this, they asked me that. So yes, I am there for my students. So if you are interested in this, right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the link and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. My team's gonna drop the link in the chat. Now, we have limited amount of spots. All right. We don't open this up all the time. If you don't, so being that you guys went to my training, we're opening this up. Okay. This is opportunity to get in, to get coaching, to get my checks. All right, to get checks. As you see, the check that I closed 10,000. You see, it was dated for yesterday. All right. This business can get you checks like that. All right. And that's considered a small deal, not bragging, but it's base hit, base hit, base hit. You're gonna get a home run. What is a home run? In my business, a home run is 20K or more. That's a home run deal. All right. Because you can pay some things off and still got money left over. You know, when you pay things off and still got a little bit left over, that's just the base hit. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. Now, if you are interested in take advantage of that, connected investors, Zoom user, I'm going to give you my link, duruleads.com, to sign up for the program to comp properties, duruleads.com. Use my 7-day free trial because they'll give you more perks. You don't get as many perks when you go directly to them and you can sign up. Now, this is what I have for you. If you want to sign up, right? Like, Drop a one in the chat if you think you're going to sign up tonight. In the meantime, let me get your contracts, guys. But drop a one in the chat. You think you're going to sign up tonight? We have payment plans. If you go to the checkout page, we have payment plans for those who qualify. All right, you will click on Klarna, Afterpay, etc., and it's they'll break it up to 2, 3 payments, monthly payments, however they do that for those who want to join. All right.
Hey, real quick now, so I'm gonna hop in. Yeah, so shout out to Rashad who's working on getting in, Jermaine, Jessica's working on getting in. Y'all listen, I literally know coaches that are charging $497 per month. I know people that are charging literally $20,000-$30,000 a year for this information. But not you guys are getting it. I just want to make sure I came in and I hit on the information and just a reminder that you're in $497 for life. Crazy, mind blowing. So just wanted to say, guys, go to the link in the chat real quick. I want to make sure you all know this. You get immediate access. You don't have to wait. So somebody messaged me offline and said, hey, when do we get started? You get started as soon as you buy the $497. You get in. You get instant access to the course, and you get access to the. No, you said the call is this Saturday, right?
Saturday at 11 p.m. Yes, Eastern time.
So they could even start diving into the curriculum Thursday, Friday, and come Saturday and ask your first questions, right? So make sure that you guys, you listen, go to durusquad.com/lifetime to get in, because this could literally change everything for you all. Imagine just coming in, going through the course, and in the next 3, 4, 5 weeks, starting to make offers and starting to find these cash buyers. This changed my life. It could change yours. So I see a couple other T's working on it. Okay, I see y'all. And once you've invested, just comment invested. But I do want to hit on that. When you guys go there and you check out, I'll show you guys in just a few minutes. But there is at the very bottom, after you put your billing info in, you can select. He already said it, but I just want to say it again. There's Afterpay on there, and then we have Klarna. With Afterpay and Klarna, y'all, you can do 4 interest-free payments. So if you want to break the $497 up over 4 months, you can interest-free, or you can spread it out up to 12 months. So if you're like, yo, that $497 is just rough for me, you can even do up to 12 months on Klarna or Afterpay. So like literally we made there's no excuses why you can't jump in and make this work. We have so many different options available for you. So if you want to get in, this is a mentorship of a lifetime. So does anybody have questions about the mentorship opportunity? $497. NAS normally charges thousands for this. We have charged $5,000 for very similar information in the past, but it's only $497. So what questions you guys have about the lifetime opportunity for NAS, so we can make sure that you have clarity, so we can make sure that you guys walk away with the ability to make a decision, yes or no, whether this is for you. So let us know in the chat what those questions are if you have any. And NAS, if you see anything on your end that you want to answer, we can go ahead and do that. But I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so you get instant access, your lifetime. Anytime I update this, you'll get access to it. All right. So one of the questions I get, this is normally, but it was already I answered. Do you need a real estate license? In Illinois, they allow you to do one deal without a license. After that, you have to get a real estate license. And you can go on Groupon and get one of their take a course, get licensed, and then you can wholesale. That's in Illinois. Okay. And some people get around that by doing double closes. I'm going to say go just follow the law, whatever the law states. Somebody asked, does the $497 come with a massage from Cassie? Unfortunately, no, man. It doesn't come with a massage from Cassie, man. That Cassie about 30 mil up, so therefore she ain't taking $497. You had to catch her when, she was with the trainer in the house broke. I'm at work driving. Their time limit on signing up. Reason I'm asking because I don't have any payment information in front of me. Rashad, yes. There's a time limit. We're gonna end this. We're gonna run this to about Friday to midnight. Friday to midnight. All right. So, Friday. If you if you need the link, you can inbox me on Facebook or or Instagram, and I will get you the link. Okay, I will get you the link. but it's $490. It's $497. You can join the community. You get a private Facebook group. You get the 8 weeks course, weekly coaching calls, and anything else you need from me. Now, if you need a payment plan, all you have to do is go to the checkout page and click on Afterpay Klarna, and they will get you right. Okay, they will take care of you. All right, so once you type in your information, you can go to the bottom. You can go. We got. Let's see. We got Klarna. We got Afterpay. Klarna Afterpay. So you could do like Mike said, 4 payments, $125 about. Or you could do it over 12 months if you want. You know, um, it's up to you, but you get your lifetime access. Now, I do want you to be serious about this business. I do want you to be serious about this business. Rashad, you got Instagram? If you got Instagram, then you could DM me and I'll get you the link. But yeah, I do want you to be serious about business. Make sure you have the time because this is a commitment. All right. This is a commitment. Yes, you can make a lot of money, but I want you to put a lot of work in too. All right. Now, if you're serious about changing your life, you can make this investment. All right. You make this investment, you do what I tell you to do. Let's say you make a deal that's $6,000. You 10x your investment. But the people who successful at this, what they do is they join it, they join quick, they take action. All right. If you sit back and relax and hope that everything come to you, it probably won't work. Thanks. And yeah, just DM me on Instagram. Make sure you mention you're from the 3-day course. You need the link. So do we have more questions? Do we have more questions?
Yeah, I want to hit on that. I know I see Stephanie Rivers is working on getting in. Stephanie, congrats ahead of time. I see you attempting to get in. I just want to hit on that. Just imagine, y'all, 497, one deal. And that's why whenever we created this, we were charging a lot more. And we said, how can we make this so that when people get their first deal, they make their money back and more. So just imagine that. Right now, you can go and do this by yourself. Nas gave you the blueprint. He actually, and we're not gonna sit here and oversell tonight because this is so cheap, and I don't know if I should use the word cheap. It's so accessible. But yeah, I mean, you can go and take this information and run with it. But the cool thing about the mentorship opportunity is when you get lifetime coaching, anytime you have a question, you could drop it in our private community. We have an app and we have a Facebook group, so you could drop it either one, tag Nas, and come to the calls, and you can actually bring deals and ask Nas, hey, is this a good deal or a bad deal? Hey, what would you do? Like, this person's wanting this amount. How would you negotiate it? That is invaluable, y'all. That's way, in my opinion, my personal opinion, that's way more than $497 to get. Pretty much, I'm not going to say it's on demand because Nas isn't going to respond within seconds, but it's practically on demand help that you can get anytime. And Nas, it's lifetime. This dude's been in the wholesaling game for over a decade. He's not leaving. He's not leaving. So he's doing these calls. He's been doing these calls for years. So you guys get to jump in and ride the wave. So I just want to make sure that you guys, if you're working on getting in, just type working on in the chat. If you're like, yo, I know tonight, this weekend, this week, I'm getting in. Just go ahead and put working on in the chat because I want to make sure that we salute you ahead of time. I want to make sure we salute you ahead of time. But listen, let me see real quick in the chat. Working on it. Okay, I see y'all working on getting in. So this is what I want you to do. When you guys get in tonight or whenever you jump in, the first thing we need you to do is go into the group and introduce yourself. Go into the groups, introduce yourself. As soon as you purchase, Rashad, whenever you get home and get in front of your payment info, T, whenever you get in front of your, get everything lined out, first thing you're going to do is check your email. And in there's a group. We want you to go join the groups and go introduce yourself ASAP. Why? Because there's power in community. There's power in getting in the room with people. Everybody who's investing this $497 or maybe invested hundreds and thousands to be with Nas in the past, they're serious people, y'all. This event, we started out with 100+ people watching. Now you can see we got to 40 to 50 people on day number 3. So people that are investing, people that pay, let me say it this way, people that pay attention. So when you get into the room like this, these are people that all have invested in themselves. They're serious. They're ready to rock. They're ready to learn and grow. So just remember, you're not just entering into learning this skill set, but you're entering in a community of investors, business owners, entrepreneurs who dream bigger and think bigger. So I want to put you guys in those rooms because those are the rooms that have changed Nas and my own life. This can be the rooms that change your life. And y'all, 497 is nothing in comparison. As long as you put in the work, as long as you run the plays to what's possible with this industry, right? So just want to say that from the bottom of my heart, I truly believe. I was going to share this the other day. I didn't get the chance to, but I remember I was telling you guys, I sat on my couch and I made $5,000. This is my personal experience. I made $5,000 sitting on my couch using the information that Nas teaches. One of my friends heard I was getting into real estate, and he said, or she said, I'm sorry, it was a she. She said,
Well, I
hey,
know that you tried various ways.
I have this house. My husband just got a job across town. We have a house. I need to sell it fast.
The model conform to my value system.
I need to sell it fast. I said, how fast? And she's like, he's starting his job soon, and we just got a house under contract across town. We got to sell this house before we go even and get into this other house. I'm like, oh, dang. And I told her, I said, send me the address, send me some pictures. And so I started reviewing the pictures and the address using kind of like what Nas told you with the softwares and stuff. Did a quick look on Google Maps of the area. And this was on my couch. I texted her, I said, I'm an investor. I said, I'm gonna have to, get this at a discount if you want to sell it fast. She said, okay. She said, hey, we want $100,000. I said, 100,000. I said, we're gonna have to be like at 70. And she was like, oh man, that's a big difference. But she was like, you can close fast. And I was like, yeah. So guess what I did? From my couch, I called up one of my friends who was a cash buyer. I said, bro, I got a deal. We got to close fast. I got it 75,000. Do you want it? He ran his numbers. Oh man, this thing could rent out $900 a month. Okay. Yeah, I could do 75. Let's go look at it real quick. So literally all I did was call up. She texted me. I said, hey, I could do 70. I call my friend. I say, hey, would you take this for 75? And he goes, looks at it and just confirms he likes what he saw in the pictures. And literally, y'all, in less than an hour, I connected the dots, connected the seller, buyer. I was the intermediary, what he teaches with wholesaling. And I got a check for $5,000, y'all. I'm going to be honest. Listen, all disclaimer, we can't guarantee you're going to get $5,000 checks tomorrow. I can't even guarantee you're going to get a dollar check tomorrow. But Nas, that was one of the most easiest $5,000 I ever made in my life, bro. I promise you. That was the easiest money I ever made in my life. Literally just because I knew this skill. Just because I learned and I implemented what Nas taught me. And I have countless stories of where we've wholesaled houses. So the question is, are you guys willing to invest in yourself to get this skill? Because a skill, once you have it and you hone it in to master it, it's invaluable, y'all. It's invaluable. And this can go on for some of y'all that want to do rentals. You guys want to do flipping one day. You want to do developments. Listen, y'all didn't know Nas is doing developments right now. He's not just a wholesaler. This guy's building houses, building rentals. This guy, he's crazy. So this can be a gateway if you eventually want to get, because Nas, he's not talking about it here. Nas isn't talking about it here, but he can actually coach you on those other areas too. Because he has experience in flipping. He has experience in room rentals. He has experience in building development houses. So if you want this to be the gateway, learn this skill, then use it to get deeper into real estate. Because that's, for me, I don't know about you guys, but I want some passive income. I want to learn how to make some bigger checks. Imagine learn how to develop some houses and make $50, $75, $100,000, right? It's possible. It's possible. So anyways, Nas, I'm kind of just telling my personal story here. I wanted them to hear from me that I've actually done this, and this information has changed my life too. So y'all, any other questions you have in the chat, throw it in there. We're not going to stay on here long, but make sure you ask Nas so we can make sure that you get the clarity you need.
Yeah, just ask me your questions, what you have. Wish you had talked to me before I lost 4,000 in a real estate deal. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It happens though, man. Just keep going. Don't give up. You know, with real estate, man, it's either you going to pay for education or you going to learn the hard way by deals like that. My first introduction to real estate, guys, I didn't get a mentor, nothing back in '07, and me and my partner lost 7K apiece. So you going to buy a course of 500 or you going to hop in and figure it out and lose money on your own. So, it's just one of those things. All right. We got the link in the chat. If nobody has any questions, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing. So, if you want to get in, we're extending to Friday to midnight. You can DM me for the link. All right, you can DM me for the link. Now, if you have no questions, what I'm going to do is, you know, going once, going twice, 3 times. All right, so this is it, guys. I just want to thank everybody for joining. I appreciate you guys. Uh, yeah, Derek, man, thank you, Simone, or Simon. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Appreciate y'all for attending. iPhone 75. Tamika, just appreciate you for attending. The replays are in the free Facebook group. If you need the link to buy it, please go ahead. So, it's here. So, with that being said, guys, I will see you. And have any questions, I will be around.